Today on the Bunk Ass Mechanic, I'm going to show you how to change out a window motor in a 2000 Buick Century. Got a couple of them to change out. So, got a couple new window regulators here. Comes complete with the rail. It's got the cables that tie into the motor in there. And tell you how to take this door apart. Alright, first thing we're going to do is we're going to pop this little tab out right here. There's two 10mm bolts in there. Get yourself a 10mm socket. And we're also going to pop this out. And kind of be careful, there's a little tab in there that could break. And it's probably already broken. These things don't hold up very well, but it's okay because it's got another clip here that's going to hold it down. And then all we're going to do is going to disconnect the housing from the wire harness and then just going to poke it through as we take off this door assembly. Okay, so when you get this out, you're going to pop this wire harness off. Just stab that with a screwdriver right through here and then just kind of pry it off from both sides because it does kind of stick. And then when you go to take off the door panel, just kind of pull on it. It should pop out, and then you're going to pop it upwards. See where it's sticking at. So it's the door handle, and you're just going to kind of work it around the door handle, and it should pop right off. You got this plastic cover here, which helps keep water from getting inside the door, and it's just held on by a tacky strip, which you can use over and over. And don't worry about pulling this through. Just kind of pull it down and just kind of let it dangle there out of the way. And that should be able to take care of that. Alright, so there's about 7 bolts that we're going to have to undo. Here and here. Up to 4, 5, 6, and then 7 right here. And you're going to use the same 10mm bolt for all of those. And then we're going to finagle that whole thing out. But then we're, after we pull the motor, we're going to have to drop the window to be able to get the retainer bolts out that clip from the regulator to the window. Okay, so I got all the 7 bolts out. And what you're going to do is this regulator, you're going to want to shift it this way to get some clearance and drop this window down a little bit. And so you can get access to that bolt and this bolt right in here. That way you can get the window disassembled from the regulator, and then you can push that window back up, and then we're going to pull this unit out. Alright, the window is unbolted from the regulator. So now we can just try pulling this thing out. A little tough to do one-handed while recording with the other, but it's not too bad. And of course, let's see. Here's the motor. Here's that whole assembly piece right there. And of course, you know, be sure to unplug the wire harness for it. So you got the wire harness for the window switch itself, and then this runs the power into that motor. And now we're just going to do the reverse. I'm going to put it in there. Just make sure you get the right one, match it up. If you ordered several and doing several at a time, or if you just ordered one specific, you should just be able to like just a plug and play. Alright, here's the new regulator. I'm going to put that thing in. You can see how you're going to line this up. You got these 3 bolt ports. As you're going to put those bolts back through here. So when you put it inside, you're just going to line it up, same thing. This here is going to line up with down here. And then this upper one is going to be within this bracket. And then you got your regulator. So you're going to bring the window down, and then you're going to bolt the window back into these here. So you can actually put the window up, don't even have to worry about really bracing it too much. It'll stay as long as you don't jerk the door around too much. Okay, got the motor part in there. So just those 3 bolts. And you got to be careful too. There's different size bolts. There's one bolt, it's pretty small, and it's going to go through this part right there. So just remember, one of these small bolts goes through here. The other bolts are pretty much the same length. when it comes to, and you'll know because it has little sections there for a star key, but of course it's 10 millimeter. And you see the size of these. These are going to go through there when I put the regulator back in, and there's going to be one that goes there, same size. And for the bracket on the window itself, it's going to be these two shorter ones. So you just need to be careful. Remember what size bolts go where as far as the length, so you don't get those mixed up and have an issue later. All right, here we go. So you bring the window down and you're going to line the bolt holes up, which, like I said before, kind of hard to do with one hand while recording. So you're just going to go ahead and put those, remember, the shorty bolts. You're going to put those into place, both sides, here, and right in there. And then that'll be that. And then all we have to do is just reinstall the door panel, and we should be good to go. There we go. Got the power on into it. It's all good. So make sure you get the splash guard in there as best as you can, and then you're going to pull the wire harness right through here, and then you're going to feed the door handle right through here. As you put the door panel back in, just make sure everything lines up with all the plastic bolts for it to go in the holes here, and you're just going to slap it all the way around from underneath. Just make sure everything lines up, and it should fit right in there. All complete. It's all together. Window goes up and down. The owner of this car will be very happy. And I got one more side to do, but this concludes this video. Thank you for watching. And if you have any other questions or inquiries, just go ahead and let me know. Thumbs up, like, subscribe, do what you want to do. Thumbs down me if you want. Just watch my video. Thank you. Smooth like butter. Yes, sir. Ooh, I can feel the breeze.